Oh man.
So surprisingly, I actually watched a football game.
He left. He just left. Is Chris not playing?
He might be dead.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's back. He's not dead. Oh
That's
man.
great.
I watched the Seahawks game this weekend. You guys should be proud of me. I actually watched football.
Congratulations.
How was it?
Kinda understood it.
Did you have fun?
It was okay.
Oh man.
The one when he did you watch the Seahawks game this weekend?
Yes.
I was.
All right, so I have no idea
Sleeping
what
a lot.
any of the players are. Let's just start that off with and when I think it was Seahawks guy went and like caught the fumble, but everybody said that it touched the ground, and then you're watching the replays and it didn't touch the ground.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
It was.
That was
I'm so happy I recorded that.
It was very intense. I was like, no, it touched the ground. Wait, no, it didn't touch the ground. It didn't touch the ground. No, it didn't touch the ground.
That reminded me of like
Moral of the story is.
yelling at each other back and forth. It was great.
that reminded me of the Chris Farley sketches on Saturday Night Live where he would play himself interviewing celebrities. He'd be like, remember that one part in that album that you wrote where it said you were dead? Yeah, that was cool. Alright, Ethan's unmuted.
I don't know how to football, sorry.
Let's play.
Yeah, let's go.
Ethan's muted. I don't know if he knows that. There he goes.
I am. I'm eating cereal because
What kind
it
of
was
cereal?
story time. Lucky fucking Charms.
Oh, great.
I mean, that was
Great
unnecessary
choice.
in the middle of that.
I have Captain Crunch at Cody's house, and I really wish it was at my house so I could eat it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Alright, so where was we?
We
We was in your bumhole.
We wasn't.
Oh no.
I assure you we was never in my bumhole.
That's not
The
where I wanted to
Elven
be.
Princess cast a spell, and you are now all deep inside Brolin's bum cave.
Mm.
No!
Even
Aw,
Brolin.
mysteries abound.
Brolin.
Alright, I'm gonna change into a dire wolf.
No!
In your bumhole.
Oh,
Brolin is inside Brolin's bumhole.
I don't want any of
It's
this.
Broliception.
Oh no.
Are you guys? Oh, what the fuck is this guy's name? The author who writes the like weird. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this. I saw it on Know Your Meme. It's a guy that writes really weird gay fiction. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely don't read any of that. So
It's like Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt is the name of a book. It made me think of that. I don't remember. Anyway.
Well, now we know what Tim likes to read.
Yeah, I'm really confused, Tim. I'm sorry.
Are you live?
It was a fun joke. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for the live. Okay, so
Oh, we're not live. Is that if that's what you meant? I meant we're recording. Now we're live.
Oh god.
all right.
Bus.
So, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. It was our last gathering, and you guys made your way from Coltherone to Peacewood via some teleportation, with some help from the autonomous unit living inside the tomb of the first kings.
Robo Butler.
Video is only available to subscribers.
Well, I guess you should subscribe.
You got a sub button?
No, I can't. I'm not affiliate yet. Just reload. It's probably not
It
working.
says... Okay. Anyway. So, you arrived into Peacewood after getting past the magical barrier with a little bit of help from Pantherman. His name always escapes me.
Peleus.
Peleus, thank you. And as you were walking forward and discussing what to do next, you saw Sarge and Kershite approaching. That is where we pick up.
Oh, did we take a break? A long rest?
That
No.
you hadn't decided yet. I asked and nobody answered, so
I thought
as
we
of
said
right now, no.
I thought it was no.
Also,
Well,
there's no overlay up right now, Sid.
Oh, that's right. I changed it.
well,
We can fix that.
don't look at my spells then, because I thought we did, and I changed those spell.
Yeah, I did too. I thought we
You
left
can-
off.
You're gonna have time to take a long. Yeah,
All right, who wants to go to bed? Hi, Sarge. We gotta go.
yeah. You guys can choose to go to the house. You they're coming to greet you, welcome you back to the city, and kind of stuff. The only thing they comment on is you are back unusually fast, given the amount of time they know of that. As far as they, just to go back to the world map, as far as they're concerned, or as far as they would know, you guys went up to the Ornraven Friary.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They wouldn't know. They don't know about Culthrone yet.
That's where they wanted us to go, but
Yeah.
Right. That's where the princess suggested you start, because they are currently unawares of Culthrone's existence, basically.
oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh.
So
right,
as far,
I remember
but
that.
it's still roughly a 3 to 3.5 month journey to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And about how much time has
because
passed
the
since we
square
left?
is 2 days. I
think
said
it-
the square is
think we said
2 days.
You did.
Is that what it was? So it's 1, 2, 3.
You've said the
6
phrase
squares.
2 days ride about 70 times.
Yeah. It should have taken you about a month to get there and back if you didn't spend any time in the city at all.
And it's been, what, like a week?
It's been like 2 days.
Oh.
No way.
No, we
You
bit-
only spent
longer than 2
you
days.
spent 1 night in Culthrone.
And then it took us how long to get through the tunnels and road?
Oh, that's true. It only
You
took us like
spent-
6 hours to get through
It
the tunnel.
was-
And we
They're
ended up
probably
running
like, why the
Eight-
heck are you back right now?
It was 8 hours through the tunnels.
we just...
It's been more than 2 days. I'm sorry. 8 hours through the tunnel,
Why are you back?
half a day, 2 days up.
No.
Yeah, because it was a few
Teleport.
days because when we ran across the rat poacher.
3. It's been about a week.
Yeah.
It's
but
been
still
roughly
far
a
less
week.
than what it was supposed to
Yeah,
be.
it should have been like a month.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
So,
Sarge, do we have a story for you?
I think he's counting.
You're fine.
Okay.
We found the lost city of Culthrone, or the hidden city of Culthrone. Wait, maybe I shouldn't talk about that.
no,
Well-
no.
It was... Whatever. It was amazing. It was hidden in a mountain underground lit by lava. We met a rat poacher. He was pretty cool. Where is he? Baracus. Baracus? Well, we met him. I'm sure he was... I think you guys saw him, right? It was just in my head.
We definitely had come across Baracus.
And for this is the first time you've kind of stopped to look around, and you notice Baracus didn't even enter the city with you guys.
He might have seen a big rat out on the outskirts and got distracted.
Oh, well. The life of a rat poacher.
So are you guys heading towards your house then?
Well, I'm gonna do a long rest, obviously.
Let's get freshened up.
All right, these guys are tired. We gotta go to sleep. We've been traveling nonstop for the last 2 days, week.
It's been about a week. Yeah.
We ran the whole way there, so we're really tired. Bye.
I'll let Sarge know that we have an important thing to discuss with the Empress. probably tomorrow, if we could set up an arrangement to talk to her.
Okay. Certainly, she would very much like to hear from you. We were very surprised to see you on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, we had a little assistance on our.
We have our ways.
Oh, I am sure. There's no way you could have been that far north and back in such a short time without assistance.
Magic.
Yeah.
Wait, guys.
What?
Do we have any proof?
The laws of
Magic.
Peacewood will not ask what your secrets are, friends.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's all
If
magic.
you choose to disclose them, that is, so be it. But we will not ask. Are you well? Do you need any healing or?
Is there a massage parlor in town?
Sorry, Master Gnome, I'm not quite sure what that is.
All right, just figured I'd try.
There is a resort, so a resting bathing pool at
Ooh.
the center. Hot springs, healing waters, and good drink.
That sounds fantastic.
Beach, you want to go there later?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It is. I don't quite remember if we said what time it was, but I'm gonna
Nope.
say it's 9 o'clock in the morning right now.
Okay.
So it's fairly early, but you guys can still head. You haven't rested. If you guys don't rest soon, you're going to start being exhausted, which is going to affect your rolls and put you at disadvantage constantly.
Heard. Well, Sarge, I'm gonna go head back to our house and have the tree fix me up something to eat, and I'm gonna take a nap.
Very well. You are welcome in the palace. You have a standing order to the guards to let you pass. Whenever you are ready, the Empress awaits.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And he kind of wanders off, and Kershape is just silently standing behind him, smiling, and she seems very pleasant, or very happy to see you guys again, but she doesn't have any words to say.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who's Kershape?
The drow.
Kershape is a drow.
Oh, that's the assistant to the Empress.
Yeah.
She's a...
Burn mark.
No, that was at Culthrone.
Okay.
The Kershape is a drow you met in Peacewood. She studies at the local mages college.
Okay.
She's told you guys she's a sorcerer, and the unique feature about her is that her eyes
Can't
are
pronounce her Oz.
Oh.
her eyes are a deep purple, where normal color would be, and they seem to be full of stars.
Okay.
Ooh.
The purple is almost black. It looks, when you look in her eyes, it looks like you're looking at the night sky.
Okay. How do you spell her name? Because I have Kershak, Kachik, and now this one, who's
I
very
mean,
similar.
She's been there.
She's been
Yes,
cursed.
I know. I remember we have her. I'm trying to differentiate all.
I have it written out here. I'll type it.
Here you go.
Kership. Okay. All right. We need to get away from these her names. Kership. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Sorry.
Should say 5 feet tall, but I don't know how to word.
Nah, she's got 5 feet. I'm
100
into that.
stars. That's all.
Um,
I just got that. Sorry.
I think we should reconvene at the house, and I think we have some things we need to talk about.
Yeah.
As we leave, I'm gonna make a little dandelion grow out of the top of my head and give it pluck that out of my hair and give it to Kershape.
Druid crafting a dandelion? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then leave.
You arrive at the you went back to the same house that you stayed in before, and it's still there, and it opens on your approach is in the traditional Peacewood kind of branch wall flay. And there's someone sitting at the table, and you recognize the familiar face of Captain Feldra, just kind of sipping on some sort of hot beverage. Smells like tea, but she seems to be just sitting and
Oh, Captain Feldra, I knew you couldn't stay away for long.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna try to walk in, like brush my hair back a little bit as I walk in the door. Try to look cool and like lean up against the table kind of awkwardly.
She stands as you all enter, and she goes, yes, my friends. It has been a long time, too long. I'm sorry I could not say goodbye properly at your departure. How have you been?
Tired.
Busy. What brings you here?
Well, I'm actually here for the dark-colored dragonborn. I think we have something to talk about. Your name was Shakul, if I recall. Would you like to? Would you like to?
Sorry. Who is this?
My love.
She's the,
I've lost my
the
mind.
captain. She's the captain of the ship you guys started out on.
He was not with-
I'm sorry. No, I was. Wait.
He was there for part of it. I don't think he was there for the Shatterjaw fight, but he met Feld.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. Yeah, she was our first captain, like the slave ship.
Yeah, you weren't there for most of interaction with her. That's right. Because the whole one,
I think that's why.
I tried to marry her, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I didn't catch that.
Beach is in love with her. She looks.
She's fucking hot.
Okay, just
I
highlight
posted a
all
picture
that.
a while ago.
Yeah, I remember the picture.
She
She's
looks like
very small.
Muy
that.
pequeño.
Hang on. She looks like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Oh yeah. All right, so
It's going
thank
away
you.
now.
Sorry about that.
I
I was like, what is that?
Who the fuck are you?
sorry. Yeah, but you
Yes,
would have
I-
you met her.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, you as well. Would you like to speak privately, or do you mind your companions hearing what I have to say?
No, my boon companions. There are no secrets amongst us, and I just stare at Brolin as I say that.
I give him finger guns.
She motions to the chairs at the table and retakes her seat. And she reaches into her coat pocket and produces a small piece of paper. Cloth. It's not paper, it's cloth. I don't know why I said paper. Produces a small piece of cloth and unfolds it, and on it, similar to it's almost exactly like what little brother gave you, and it has the same emblem on it, but this one, instead of worn and tattered like the one you were given by little brother, is very intricately embroidered and quite beautiful looking. It's the same.
Is it the same design exactly, or is it
Yeah.
just the same script?
It's the same design. It is the
same symbol, so it means the same thing. Okay.
yeah. It's the symbol. You found. I believe you shared all the information that you got in. Are you taking notes outside of the game? Sorry.
No, but I remember. I remember just about everything.
So in Coltheron, you spoke with the Drow.
Yeah, I recall. This.
Caravan,
I was just listening to you.
you shared all that information
Yeah, I
with the
shared
group,
with
right?
everybody. Yeah.
Okay, I just don't want to say things that they don't know.
No. We shared it all. I was just
Okay.
letting you speak.
So, you learn from that encounter that this emblem, and that it's the same emblem that was branded into that Drow's neck, and you know from talking to her that it is the symbol of the houses of shadow among the elves. It's Elven exclusive. There's no other races in the House of Shadow, but all manner of elves, wood elf, high elf, drow, and can't remember the last one, but they all can be in there.
Mhm.
They can all be in the House of Shadow. It's more of an organization than a race. And this would be their logo. And she kind of places it on the table and puts it before you. Everyone recognizes it because he shared all the information with you.
Yep.
And she kind of says, I believe you have had the displeasure of seeing this before.
Indeed. Thank you, sister. This was given to me by one of my brothers. How did you come by this sigil?
This is mine. I belong to the House of Shadow. I serve as a espionage specialist. I'm not a killer. I'm not an assassin, and I take my place in the Peacehorn military, the Navy, quite seriously. It overrides my allegiance to the House of Shadow, but I was at a time an agent. It is my understanding after speaking with the one you call Little Brother, your masters and monastery, I believe is you call it, have been targeted in the past by my associates.
Indeed,
I
my
am-
entire monastery was murdered, massacred.
I am truly sorry. When did this occur? If you don't mind my asking.
Nearly 1 year ago.
I was not involved with the House of Shadow at that time.
Well, that's good to
But
hear. But why
I
would they be
Do have
targeting
some.
my monastery?
I am not sure. We don't tend to target things of our own accord. We are more assassins and spies for hire, you see. It's very dishonorable and unsavory. It's
We all have
key
our
part
path.
in why I walked away.
We all have our path. How can I investigate the where this employer? How can I?
You wish to find
figure
who
this out,
hired
yeah.
us?
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I still have some contacts within the house. I would like to help you, given the help you provided at Duragor. I wish I knew more now, but I just wanted to formally apologize and say that I, for one, am on your side. I will get you any information I find. Will you be staying here while you are in Peacewood, so I know where to deliver any letters or information?
Yes, we will be staying here for the time being.
Then you are welcome anytime.
Thank you, Master Gnome. Was there not one more member of your party?
Who, the rat poacher? Yeah, he ran off. Chasing
I
something.
think she means
She
the
wouldn't know about it, and she would be Aphles.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
being beach.
Rat poacher.
Yeah, he was all red.
The gnome red? The gnome was not red. The wizard?
No, gnomes aren't red.
We've lost the gnome wizard.
Oh, Aphles. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Aphles. Is he well?
He might be around here somewhere, actually.
I haven't heard anything from him in over 2 weeks.
Last we
Well,
saw him was in the city.
Yeah, that's true.
I see. I had hoped to properly thank all of you, and him included. if you do find him in your travels, give him my regards.
Nah, I'm good.
We will let him know if we come across him.
Thank you.
He did leave a note that said that not to go looking for him though, to us.
Yeah, you said.
Not to.
See,
He is very, very sneaky.
wizards are mysterious in their ways, are they? Well, I think that is all the business I have today. Master Shakul, I hope to get information to you soon.
Well, Captain Feldra, a little later today, maybe late afternoon, we're gonna be down at the bathing fountains, hot springs. We're gonna go down to the hot springs. You know, if you wanna join us there and have a drink, we'd love your company.
So I can third wheel. It's fine.
Perhaps I may take you up on that, Master Peach. Be well.
All right.
And she heads out through the door wall thing. So you guys are now alone in the house. She did take back her embroidered cloth emblem, and everybody do perception check.
Okay, hold on.
Okie dokie.
I get there one day.
I get there.
Perception.
That definitely came out of my computer. Why did that come out of my computer? Oh
Why is
no.
it so small? What happened to my character sheet? Why white?
Well,
Hold on. I heard.
on which thing?
On roll 20.
Oh, because you're in bio. Just switch it to core.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
I
I don't know
found
what that means.
You said perception?
So you guys hear a small creak in the floorboards of one of the upstairs rooms.
Did you just hear that?
What?
I think I did.
Alright.
You want to check it out?
Let's go.
I'm
Yeah.
rolling freezing shit again.
This is it is coming from the room that you previously stayed in, Shakul.
This is my room.
I thought this was our house. Everyone just walks on in here.
Shakul freezing stuff this time.
Dun 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 dun.
I don't know what this could be.
Well,
That was nuts. Like a dad planning a surprise for his son. I don't know what could be behind this door.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh with my Shillelagh, and
I love when you say that.
Shillelagh with my shillelagh. Okay.
and also Barkskin, and kick and go in the door first.
Okay.
Like I'm ready.
As you burst through the room like a crazy gnome, kind of
Who's in here?
poorly hiding behind the bed is, you see, like the head and eyes of and little brother just
Who are you? What are you doing in here?
cowering in the corner.
I raised my finger.
I found a
at him.
thief.
Shakul would be you'd be the only one who recognizes this guy.
It's no thief. This is my little brother.
What's he doing sneaking around?
That little brother.
He stands up quickly and he goes, brother, the elf lady, she had the mark. She carries the mark.
Yes, I just spoke to her, little brother. She seems like she is part of that organization, but was not involved with the massacre of our family. I don't know if I believe her, but it's within our best interests to play along for now.
We cannot trust her.
Don't worry.
The masters were slain. They
So-
were strong enough to slay the masters. We stand no chance.
Time out. Who is this? Why are you breaking into my home? Our home.
Yeah.
Is it our home? Why is everyone in here? Why are you hiding in this room?
Yeah, like we came back early. we've come back early. What would have happened if we were gone for another month?
I know, the neighbors were throwing a party in here.
I mean, the nature of Peacewood is that anybody can go in and out of any building.
Oh, we gotta talk to these trees. Gotta figure out a
just
lock
happened.
this.
Skeptical.
They happen to know that, or people of interest would know that this is where you stay. It's not hard to ask for that. I mean, they just.
What? So what is this? What does this guy look like?
He looks like a cough.
Great.
Where's my description for him? Did I not make a description for him?
No. I think he just said he was wearing. He was
No.
a human.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's an average-sized human wearing monk robes that
Tattered
looks.
monk robes, right?
Yeah. Well, he's gotten different. He would have gotten different robes in this time, but so you notice they're very similar in style to what Shakol wears, but Shakol has some edging on the hems and some design to his robes, where these are very plain robes.
So I kind of glare at him, and I look back at Shakul, and I glare at him and look back at Shakul. And, you guys are brothers? or like,
Same thing.
I don't get it.
We come from the same monastery. We studied under the same teachers. So, monastic brothers is what we. Until we reach the rank of master, we have no name.
Oh, so this is the guy you saw last time we were in Peacewood.
Yes.
So, what were you doing in here?
Yeah.
I was attempting to keep your place clean while you were away.
That's weird.
But the elf,
Oh, monk stuff.
the elf lady came in and I hid.
You've never been very good at hiding, little brother.
No.
He's just
not
like
my strong-
standing with half the curtain in front of him.
I was more a scholastic monk than a combative monk.
Oh boy. Shakul, I want to teach him a
Thank
thing
you
or
for-
two.
Thank you for taking care of our place while we were gone. There's
Just-
no need to worry.
I'm pretty sure a tree takes care of itself, though.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, all right.
Also, when you're not here, where have you been staying?
Yeah, I think you don't have to rub it in, bro. I think he's just homeless. I think he was just
no.
looking for a place to sleep.
The Empress was kind enough to give me a bed in the palace when they picked me up, but now that I've healed from my wounds, they've told me to find housing in town. People here are very kind and pretty much just had a place to stay every night out of sheer generosity of the elves.
So you said you were picked up by the Empress?
Not the Empress directly, but a member of her guard found me outside the city near death. I ran from
How did
the.
you get that way?
I fled the monastery, and after the massacre, ended up in the forest where the trees moved, and I thought it was just madness from starvation. I passed out on a log, and when I awoke, I was in this wonderful place. I just
So
never
you've
left.
been here for a year,
About that, yes?
and it's taken you that long to heal.
No. Just stayed after I healed.
What have you been doing then? Do you have a job?
I help in the palace as much as I can. As I said, I'm not very strong, but I clean.
So how can we help you then?
I don't think there's anything you can do for me. I'm
I
more
don't think he's
just
looking for
attempting
help.
to help you.
I know, but I mean, like, what do you need for us to do to help you? Like, do you want to, like, hang out here? Do you want to, like, chill with us?
I don't
Like,
feel necessarily comfortable.
I don't know, bro. And he's pretty cool. I know a thing or two about going mad in the woods. So
There
I
there
feel
are
I feel like if Shakul knew that he was a bad guy, he would have automatically lit him up on fire.
And look how wimpy he is. He's not gonna hurt anybody.
Shoot fire.
Well, whatever the things that he does, okay? I still don't know what the fuck's going on with him.
Um,
Anyway,
He
if he
punches.
was a bad person,
He-
Cool wouldn't be acting here. You know?
He is also. That was not the correct start to the statement. There is a fifth room in the house because this house was formed with Aethles in mind.
Yeah.
So there's an unoccupied room in this home.
So, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I'll give you my approval because, I mean, I matter. But,
Yeah.
like, if you want to stay here, we have an extra room. You're more than welcome to crash here. If you want to help out around the house or whatever, like, by all means, feel free. I don't know if we can necessarily, like, pay you, but, like, if you want some friends.
All right.
like,
I think
No.
you're getting ahead of
You got
yourself.
you.
There's no need to pay me. Having a consistent home would be payment enough. Honestly, I'll keep the place picked up. And Master Brolin, it seems like you don't want me in your things.
No.
No.
I'll leave your room alone.
No, I have no
None of us
problem with
want
that.
you in our things, like, at all. Like, stay out of our room. But, like,
Well,
you
that's-
know.
You can clean my room.
I'd rather not anyone speak for me. But my main concern was, is Shakul alright with this? I'm gonna look over to Shakul.
Of course.
You're part of the gang.
Because my thoughts are being that Shakul had left his home for a reason. He did not bring his brother with him.
Brolin, if you recall, our family was massacred
Yes.
when I was away.
Run.
I did not know that little brother had survived. I thought I was the only one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying
I
that
just
to
met
us.
him.
It was a
3
happy
days ago.
reunion.
A week ago.
A week ago.
Yeah.
All the teleporting is.
Time is crazy. Talk about jet lag.
We were underground for a long time. It's really hard to tell time underground. It's fine.
That
I
is
don't know
true.
where my pants are.
Nobody has the keen mind feat to accurately track them. Anyway, so you guys set up. You guys now have what amounts to a butler in the house.
Yes.
You take a long rest here.
Before we take a long rest, I would like to kind of converse about a couple things.
And you
Yeah.
can converse
Just-
before or after the long rest. It's not going to really make a difference.
Okay, good point.
Alright, I'm going to sleep. Bye.
But long rest. So anybody who wants to shuffle spells, you do so now.
Or who already
my
did
long
it.
rest only lasts 4 hours, by the way.
It doesn't matter. Everyone else is going to be asleep for
So
another
you can
4 hours.
impatiently pace
Okay, I didn't
the
know
halls.
if they were going to be asleep for like the whole 8
That's-
or whatever.
That's an optional thing. You don't have to only sleep 4 hours. You can
I
still
want to
sleep
sleep
8
4
hours.
hours.
Okay.
I got
Alright.
a day ahead of me, man.
I got a day ahead of me. Is there anything that you would like to do in that 4 hours while you were awake?
While we're asleep.
Everyone else is asleep for 8. It's just me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna walk out into the living roomish area, the little kitchen. I'm gonna look
Mhm.
around, see if little brother's there.
You don't notice him.
All right, cool beats. I'm gonna go run over to the stove and I'm gonna make everyone like some porridge or stew or whatever the fuck the tree helps me out with.
The tree as you think of ingredients, the tree provides them. The only thing it doesn't seem to
Provides
openly
like
have available is like meat things and
Yeah.
spices,
Okay.
or like
Um,
like salt. It wouldn't have salt, but it'll have
Like plant tree grown.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna get that all ready, making it smell scrumptious. And then I'm gonna walk out the front door.
Okay.
So you said it was like around 9 when we got there, so 10, 12. So it's about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go walk over towards the wall, where Peleus sits.
Uh huh.
Well, all right, sorry, back up. Before I leave, I'm gonna write a little note and leave it on the table and say I'm gonna go hang out with Peleus for like another 4 hours before you
Alright.
guys wake up. If you need me, come find me there. And then I'm gonna head towards the wall.
They don't necessarily know where that is, but okay.
The wall with the giant wolf sitting on it. Look for it.
It's a panther, but that's okay.
Same difference.
You remember... You know the spot where he met you the first time, and I assume that's where you're heading.
Yes.
Roll initiative. No, sorry.
Hello?
He's there.
Oh. Cool.
That was a huge Beavis butthead move.
So I'm just gonna walk on up then, and then the trees are gonna do their thing and bring me up onto the wall, I guess.
No, the trees don't bring you onto the wall. You have to climb the wall.
I'm gonna climb the wall then.
Make an athletics or acrobatics. No, athletics. Strength.
Great. Athletics. Ah,
Alright, you make it up.
sweet.
Pretty easily. And you see the familiar form of the black, yellow-eyed panther just kind of
Chilling. Well,
viewing off into the distance and pacing back and forth.
does he does he see me at all?
The ears of the panther kind of flick back towards you, but he doesn't look in your direction.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk on over to him and I'm gonna be like, hey, thank you for letting us in earlier. I really appreciate the help.
He turns towards you in his panther form and just kind of bows his head slightly and then starts to walk north along the wall, seemingly just moving to a different spot on the wall to observe from.
So is he avoiding me? Am I reading too far into this?
No, he's
Okay,
just
cool.
moving.
I'm gonna walk down towards him and be like, so I remember before I left, well, I'm gonna pop a squat first and then sit down.
Hey, he's moving away.
Just kidding. I'm gonna get back up and follow him.
Yeah,
Be
he seems to, from what you can tell and what you've gathered from your brief interactions with him, he patrols the entirety of the wall. So he stays in a certain spot for a certain amount, for an unspecified amount of time, moves to a different spot, and then stays there for a little bit.
Got you. So while I'm talking, I'm just gonna keep following him. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Okay.
So I remember before I left that you told me to come see you. I don't know if you're gonna teach me some things or whatever, but I'm here. I don't know how long we're gonna be here for, and if you want to hang out and be my little mentor or whatever.
He comes out of his panther form and turns towards you. His little... Let me not say the wrong race. His little, dark-skinned gnome form.
Was he a gnome?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I do.
So he... No, sorry. He kind of turns towards you and sits cross-legged on the wall and kind of gestures for you to sit in front of him.
Okay, I'm gonna sit.
I don't remember what voice I used for him, so whatever. You won't to learn, but from everything I've learned has been through experience. So I can point you in the right directions and tell you where to look.
This is so very vague.
Well, what is it you hope to learn from me?
Anything. Anything that you have to offer, I guess. Like, not necessarily.
And I'm the vague one?
I'm getting to it. Not necessarily spells or, like, cool things to do, or, like, just, like, I don't know, anything. Like, wild shapes, like, what can you do? Like, what can you really do? Like,
What can
you're
you do?
older than
What can
me,
you really do?
so, like, I mean, if you mean, like, experience, like, go out and fight shit, I guess I'm down. But, like,
Imagining all this in character is wonderful.
but, like, am I supposed to go into, like, some monastery type shit and, like, touch a stone and then it teaches me things? Or... I'm confused. What are these experiences you're talking about?
I learned to be the way that I am through combat, through battles. My mentor learned to be the way that he was through study. There's no right or wrong way to learn how to be a druid. But perhaps for you, yes, you might benefit from meeting my mentor. And
Oh? Is he here?
no, he's he's far away.
Define far.
His name's Robo Butler. Sorry.
He lives at the center of the Elven Wood.
Well, where the hell is that? Guess I'll
Okay.
never know.
Did you say Everwood?
11 wood.
Oh, 11 wood.
Story time.
It's a terrible color.
Oh no, what's happening?
Oh, heard.
Why is it doing that? Don't do that, please.
So I was like there a week ago.
No.
Kind of
No.
close.
No.
You were nowhere near there.
I was reaching so hard.
It's like that, you know, the I'm Will Smith meme. It's like that trying to say Elvenwood. Elvenwood.
Yeah.
It looks like weedy.
Sorry.
Elven Wood.
Elephant weedy. Elephant weedy.
Going back.
All right.
Okay. Crying.
I'm gonna break your thing again, Tim. So
No, that was me. I was pulling up the map at the same time.
music is too loud. Excuse me. So, he tells you that his mentor is located at the center of the Elven Wood.
Okay, well, you, come with me or not?
I will not leave Peacewood. This journey is your own, Aaron.
What's your mentor's name? How will I find him? How will I know it's him? You good? Like, are you okay today? Like,
I'm not okay. I'm like dying, but
oh, okay. Well, don't die, like, right now, please.
We're all dying.
Alright, thank you. Thank you so much.
as you know, as I explained to you, I am over 1,000 years old.
You don't look like it, but okay.
My mentor is no longer in this life.
It's like some Jedi Yoda shit.
But he lay at the center of the Elven World.
So is his spirit going to teach me?
Possibly. To be quite honest with you, I am not sure how it will work. I know the last time I journeyed there, he did meet with me.
How do you know he'll meet with me?
I don't.
Okay.
But I think it's a good starting point.
Okay.
And I think that going there, whether he meets with you or not, would be good for you.
What are you saying?
Saying it will be good for you.
Okay. Okay, well, what's your mentor's name again?
I'm not going to tell you.
So I'm just gonna walk on in there and be like, yo, what up, homie? Teach me things. And then he's just not gonna show up.
No. If he chooses to reach out,
I'll know.
he'll find you. Just go to the center of the world.
This sounds very interesting. Well, on a different subject, how's the walls been since we've been gone? What's happened? Anything new, exciting?
Nothing new, really. A emissary from the Orc Kingdom did arrive the other day.
Oh. Why are they here?
They do trade and meet with us every so often.
What do they
Discuss. They trade mostly in iron and metals. Sometimes finding more precious metals. In turn, we give them access to. We enchant things for them. They have shamans and priests of their own, but none quite so skilled as our enchanters here. Peacewood is. It's what Peacewood is famed for, our magic.
And they just, like, walk in? Like, they know where Peacewood is? Like, how does that work?
They know the general location, and we send a guide when they're close. We send ravens to any kingdom at scheduled meeting times if they are coming here, and they follow the raven back to a certain point, and we guide them into the actual city.
So what's the whole deal with, like, the city? I mean, like, I know you told me a little bit.
Be
but,
more
like,
specific.
You told me a little bit about it, but, like, is there anything that's suspicious in the city? Because I feel like this could all be, like, too good to be true, you know?
I've been here for 800 years now, so I'm
That's why
suspicious.
I'm asking you.
I'm suspicious of everything, but to be honest, Peacewood is it's just a nice place. I wouldn't.
It's just a nice.
And you're not concerned about, like, any people that are in the city? Like,
The enchantment keeps most people under control, and anybody who doesn't like being enchanted is free to go. So they usually do. But
has anyone within the past 800 years that you've been here accidentally found this place?
That's real specific.
that's a good question.
Huh?
Oops, not W.
I'm playing test the DM right now.
No.
He just rolled a magic 8-ball and straight up said, no.
Why? Wait, hold on. Can I ask you a question? Why did you roll?
I did a history check for him.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just shake a magic
Well.
cable. Nope.
No. Okay. So I have another question for you. I was stumbling through the library or the Tower of Air, or whatever the hell they call it here.
Sky Spire, Circle of Air.
Whatever the fuck it is.
I actually like the name Sky Spire, but anyway.
Might as well change it again.
I stumbled across the restricted section. What lies in that area?
You beeline to the restriction. Sorry.
I don't concern myself too much with the goings-on of the Tower's Air, but if it's restricted by them, probably dark magic, something not worth dealing with, if you ask me.
No, I mean, I get that, but I feel like there has to be some secrets in this town, you know?
Secrets from the commoners, sure. Secrets among the royalty and myself, not so much.
How do you become royalty?
I'm not answering that question because Aaron would know.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Birthright thing.
Gotcha, you're right. Wait,
So if I want to be a princess, what do I have to do?
He's not royal.
Oh, and himself. Okay, yeah, never mind. I got you. Good.
He's just been there for 800 fucking years and knew the current empress's Pelendrel.
Yeah.
He knew her mother and father and was trusted by them, so he's kind of like an advisor.
Got you. All right. So
he also is the only one in the city who thinks that something bad's gonna happen, so he's like the
Black
only
sheep.
one. He's the only one who watches the walls still. Like, there used to be guards up there, and like when the wall was first formed, there used to be guards up there who would keep watch because that's what cities do.
Yeah.
Even in times of peace, they keep watch because you don't know if like a random dragon or troll is going to come like lumbering in. But the forest, the enchanted forest of the whole forest of Peacewood is enchanted. The enchantment gets stronger the closer you get to the city.
Gotcha.
So, since the wall has been built and since the enchantment first happened when her parents died, the forest itself has defended Peacewood in the same way that when you guys fought in the forest defended you guys.
Gotcha.
You guys were still fairly far away, but the forest was still strong enough to interact into combat.
So as you get tear apart people.
Yeah, as you get closer and the trees are actually fully alive and have faces, and the wood itself parts way to, let you into the house, like nothing gets through, basically. Nothing threatening gets through. Nothing gets through without being allowed.
Yeah.
So they've kind of become lackadaisical and just, the only one who still keeps watch is Kershite. Or not Kershite, sorry. Peleus.
Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. Alright,
But because he is the only watcher, he is considered an invaluable advisor because he's the only one still keeping an eye on the outside.
No, I got it.
So
yeah, my other 7,000 questions for you.
At some point, other people have to play, though.
I know, well, I thought it hasn't even been 4 hours yet.
Are we 4 hours real time?
We're not doing 4 hours.
Not real time, but I got like 2 more questions. Maybe 1. I have 1 more question.
That sounds like such a defeated laugh.
I have 1 more question.
The 4 hours really cracks.
Uno mas. Uno mas.
It hasn't been 4 hours. I've only been talking for 20 minutes.
Real quick. So we found something. I don't know if the other guys want me to tell you, but I also really don't care because I trust you. I don't know if I told you about the pistol that like we found after the big storm, like the big siege and Shatterjaw died. Did I tell you about that?
You did not?
Well, we found this pistol, and I don't know what the fuck it is, but someone said it has like some sort of like necromancy shit in it. And like on our travels, we came across like this human dude, and there was like this the war of, like, what was it called again? I don't have my notes here at Cody's.
The first war.
Yeah, the first war. Like,
the war of the
First.
what the fuck did I call it?
I have it. The first unification.
First unification.
So this gun, like, I guess supposedly has ties to, like, the first unification, and there's, like, a human dude, and he had a white one and a black one. We haven't found the black one, but, like, I have the
I don't remember telling you it was tied to that war.
Yeah.
No,
it's fine, but she can say that.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that you told us.
She's probably thinking because we saw the statue in the Hall of the First Kings with the guy holding, or the drawing of the guy with the 2 pistols.
And we know from Robo Butler that Jaquim the Shadow owned the pistols.
Yeah.
He said he used something like it.
Yes, or something like that belonged to my old former master or whatever, who was Jaquim the Shadow, or something like that. And then we saw the picture of the guy holding 2 pistols, and we were like, thoughts.
Well, anyway, I don't know who the fuck it belongs to, and I was wondering if you could, like, give me some guidance on what it is.
Do you have it with you?
Yeah, I always have it with me.
May I see it?
I'm just gonna warn you. We don't know what's going on with it, and some things happened with it, but you're smart, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Here you go. I'm gonna hand it to him.
He takes it and he kind of rapidly but thoroughly begins to look it over and look at every inch and just kind of running his hands along it. He does the foolish thing and looks straight down the barrel, and then
don't do that.
He puts his finger in the barrel and starts to feel around, and he's kind of just...
Have you ever touched a gun before?
Yes.
You know, like, the basic, like, do's and don'ts of, like, a gun?
He's just kind of like deadpan face, just staring at you like, why are you questioning me?
Anyway, and the other weird thing is, like, I fired it once, and, like, these bones, like, grew and, like, reloaded it for me. It was, like, really weird. Just saying.
I've not seen making like this. Honestly, magic items are not my area of expertise.
Whose expertise are they?
Bring it to the Tower of Air.
Oh, great. And who can I trust there?
Anyone, they're decent folk.
Decent? They're not like you. I can trust you.
Listen. Bring it to the Tower of Air. If anyone can tell you what's going on with it, it'd be them.
Okay. Well, Beach wants to go to the spa later. If you want to come, you're welcome. But, like,
and we're done. We're going to the other people. So the other three of you wake up from your long rest. Aaron is not currently at home.
No, I'm gonna head back.
I understand you're heading back. So Aaron is not currently at home, and there's a note on the table saying, "Left to chill with Bellius. Don't at me."
She wants to go to the spa later.
There's a 4-hour-old pot of stew.
It's like a crock pot, okay? It's like a crock pot.
I don't remember ever telling you it was like a crock pot. It's a cauldron over a fireplace.
I set it on low.
It's fire. It's not a stove.
Well, the tree's alive, damn it. He should know when the stew was done.
You're not there. Stop talking. It's Beach, Chuckle, and Brolin now.
Alright, I'm going to
Oh my goodness.
Shakul gets up, stretches, wanders down to the kitchen, and takes a spoon and tastes the stew.
The old stew.
Now, what can I roll to see what happens here?
Constitution.
Constitution
save.
Alright.
I was trying to be nice.
Oh man, he ate the
Oh,
shit
damn.
out of that stew.
Oh damn! It tastes. It tastes okay. It's.
Oh, guys, this
You know.
isn't that bad. Why don't you try it?
It tastes like It tastes like it was a well-made stew. It's mostly vegetables. There's no meat in it whatsoever, but it's seasoned well. It does taste like it's maybe been sitting out a little while, but it's still hot.
Alright.
Everybody should try it and roll a Constitution check.
I will also serve myself a healthy bowl of 4-hour stew.
Fancy.
But
It's
yeah,
not
alright.
poisoned already. It wouldn't go. It wouldn't become poisonous
go that
in
bad,
4
right?
hours, but it's all right. Also, Beach, you look a lot like Malu.
Ah, shit. I can do that every flipping time.
I mean, it doesn't show up on it doesn't show up on stream or anything. It's just,
Yeah, well, now you said it.
Whatever.
But I would like to talk to Shakul. So, Shakul, over this nice bowl of warm stew. I want to ask you, are you intrigued at all about going to find who did this to your masters? I know that you know it's the House of Shadows, but are you intrigued in finding who ordered them to put out this assassination attempt?
Of course. Not only did they end the lives of hundreds of initiates and masters, they burnt the entire monastery library. So much knowledge, thousands of years of knowledge has passed. I'm the only practitioner of our path left.
Now, I know that you think that, but you did just recently come across your brother, one of your brothers from the monastery. Do you think there might be other survivors that have maybe escaped, or?
Well, anything is possible. How I do not know. I did bury what was left of the of the monastery initiates, and in some cases there wasn't much left due to the fire. So it's certainly possible.
Was there anything left standing that you were aware of? Or did they just burn down everything?
There are still some ruins there in the mountains.
Do you have any interest in going to maybe look for some clues?
Of course. Second set of eyes would be helpful. I was there just a few weeks ago to pay my respects. But we can certainly go visit.
Oh, is that where you went when you went on that little hiatus?
Indeed.
Yes.
When he so conveniently skipped out on fighting Shadowjaw.
And, Beach, I think that, we have something that we should focus on. Especially when Aaron gets back. I know that you guys were interested in testing out, maybe experimenting with these pistols a little bit.
I reach into my bag and casually wave the gunner at yeah, this thing?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold up my hands. As cautious and nervous as I am to deal with those, I think that in maybe a controlled environment with the right people, we could do a little testing and see if we can figure out what the deal with these are.
Yeah, these things are literally killing me. I need to know what they do. I don't.
I know. I'm intrigued as well.
All we found was, I was thinking about it. You found one, the white one, in Duragor. Then we found the black one in the Tomb of the First Kings. That's not very close to each other.
The white one was washed up on shore in a box. It was probably coming from a boat. We don't know where the boat was coming from.
Yeah, probably not coming from an underground cave. And then,
Likely.
in Coltherone, the King of Thieves knew about them. Or you asked, right? And he was able to find something. Unfortunately, it was a book that didn't say anything. But,
It didn't say anything.
well, not that we could read, it was just a picture.
No, there was some words in it. And I'll open up the book again,
Yeah,
and I will.
I don't recognize this language at all.
I will, and I'll say that's strange to me, and I will read out loud. I didn't realize that, and I will read out loud. Oh, let me pull it up.
Wait, can I bust on into the house so I can be here for this or no?
Yeah, we'll say you've made it back. You're not kicking down a door or anything, but you're stepping into the house at this. As you walk into the book. You walk into the book. As you walk into the house, you see Beach kind of holding the pistol very lazily up in the air, and
Yes.
it's kind of pointed in your general direction, but he's not even looking at you. He's staring at Brolin, who's got the book open, and he's kind of scanning over the words, trying to make sure he reads
I'm gonna
it
read this
correctly.
out loud, and it's gonna sound real shady, guys.
Aaron, how was your date?
Do you want me to read it, Mike, or?
I can read it. I have it right here.
All right.
Hi guys. Beef, put that down. You're kind of scaring me with that.
Huh? Wow. I just wave in a different direction. And then...
You're just
Put it down.
You're just in time. We were gonna read this book. I didn't realize that you guys couldn't read it last
Yeah,
time.
old smarty pants here can just read this nonsense.
Oh, that would have been nice to know like a day ago.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be nice to know now.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, what does it say?
Yeah.
Um,
Come over.
So I open it, and it has the picture of a man wielding two pistols. Kind of vague, but it seems to look like the pistols that we have. He's stepping through a portal, and tendrils whip around him, and they're dripping. And it reads...
no.
No? It doesn't read that?
That you're just describing the picture.
Yes, and then I'm gonna say what it reads. It says...
I'm only stopping because they can see the picture.
I know, I was just reminding them.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I like it.
And then,
Over intrusive DM
On
is
the-
over intrusive.
on the other page it says, "Awake from your slumber, O great Lord of Vane. Avoid. Darken the land with madness. Ruin the houses of men. When the mountains melt into sadness, chaos shall reign again."
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
To great.
These are fucking awesome!
So, you can see where I was a little bit nervous about dealing with these. And
Chaos shall
I
reign
get it.
again! And I say that as I, aim the pistol around the room.
I mean, I get that now, but like you could have told us that before instead of like.
I showed you guys, I didn't realize that you couldn't read it.
I posted it for you guys if anyone wants to copy it down.
Well, my bad.
Does anything happen when I read those words out loud?
As you go through and read them aloud, are you kind of facing the book towards people, or are you?
Yeah, like
is it
first grade
looking at
teacher
you?
telling a story thing.
Okay. As he reads, two things happen. One, as he's reading these in common tongue, you guys hear a second voice, or that is not Brolin's, but speaks in the same rhythm as he speaks, not in the same language. It's not something you understand. Brolin doesn't seem to acknowledge it, but you guys all hear it as he's reading.
Do you think he just awoke the devil?
Do you guys want me to read
Also,
that
as-
again one more time for you out loud?
As he reads, the image starts to move, and the ink pools. The ink drips from the tendrils into pools, underneath at the bottom to the floor where the man is stepping, and it kind of moves in slow motion where he steps all the way through the portal and his foot hits ground, and the ink pools on that ground and then drips off the page onto the table.
I touch it.
Oh my god.
It's ink.
Oh my god.
It is thick.
I taste it.
It's
a tiny little.
It's a very viscous. It's not a writing, like an ink you would use for writing. It's slippery. It's on your finger, and it like you kind of. I imagine you dip one finger into it and you rub it between your thumb and that finger.
I'm literally doing that right now.
It's just kind of like spreading. It's not coming off. You wipe it on the table, it stays on your finger. Like it's like a hand lotion that's too oily, and then you can't get rid of that oily feeling on your hand for then like hours. It's sticky, it's slippery, all at the same time. It's super thick. It stinks.
Yeah.
And it's black.
As you guys are doing that, I'm gonna like slowly, like kind of under my breath, repeat that phrase that's in the book. Just trying to think about what it could mean out loud.
I think that like maybe that's something that would be said when they're waking up the Lord of Void, like in that language that you read it from.
Yeah, but do you think that these guns?
I'm having severe flashbacks right now, bro. Remember last time we opened a random book?
I mean, this was your guys' idea to do this. Do you guys want to test these guns out? Now I'm intrigued.
No.
I know.
No.
Well, I will
would
admit
like to
I'm a
see what they
little
do.
more cautious than I was before.
Yes.
After the words, "Awaken from your slumber, O great Lord of the Void." I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that at all.
It's important differentiation. It's not Lord of the Void, it's Lord of Void.
Okay, sorry.
I know it's a small thing, but it's
a thing. No, it makes sense.
It's a story element.
So before we go and just like walk out into a field and shoot each other with this shit, I talked to Peleus and he said that if we want, we can go to the Tower of Air, and he said that they could have answers to us if you
Wait,
want.
you told somebody about these?
Just Peleus, that's it. He's my best friend. I trust him with my life.
He's my best friend. I've met him twice. He's my best
You
friend.
know this guy.
She might not have a lot of friends. Just let it go.
He's the Panther dude. I told you guys about him before.
She has
Yeah,
told you
but-
about him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, no, I
did
know, I
meet
know.
him when he guided you into the city.
I know, but like, he's your best friend?
Yeah.
What are we?
You're my other best friends.
This is a very immature conversation. How about we go to the tower, to the circle, the Tower of Air.
I don't know if it's the best-
Let's not tell anyone about these guns. Let's try to research Lord of Void.
Well, yeah, we could do that, and we
I-
could also look up. We could also look up like the guy that we saw in the tomb too, and see like if we can get any information on that.
Jamiroquai?
You saw a couple guys in the tomb.
I think
No,
she's
the
talking
one
about.
that had the gun.
Yes, the
Jaquim.
Jaquim of the
Jaquim.
Shadow.
Yeah, we can research your queen.
Yeah, I like
Right.
both these ideas. But
we could do that.
I would stress, let's not tell anyone about the guns. If somebody actually knows about them, and now
Well,
that we think they're a little more dangerous than I originally
I
thought,
will admit.
It
I will
might-
I
admit-
only told Peleus about mine, the white
Okay.
one. That's it. I didn't tell him that we had two. I wasn't that stupid. But,
all right,
like,
very smart.
I only told him about mine, and I showed it to him. He said he's never seen anything like it before.
And I was gonna say, I will admit that I got this book because I asked about these, but I didn't say that we had them or anything. I just was asking about something I had heard about.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's all well and good. I'm just saying, now that we think these are a little more dangerous,
Yeah.
if someone knows what they are, they might try to take them, or they might want them, and I really want to get to the bottom of this.
No, I totally agree with you on that.
All right,
So I see you guys had some food.
it was
Old but
good. An oldie but a goodie.
Only with a goodie.
I'm sorry. I thought I set the fire on low.
Art just set a burning log.
I'll set this fire to burn evenly for 4 hours.
So cool. What do you think about these guns?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's do it right now.
I want some stew.
I really.
Also, Shakul or Ethan. I had. I think I should know this because Shakul shared. I have notes and they're just terrible. There were 2 Houses of Shadow.
No.
There was the House of Piarlon, which was espionage, and then the House of Thorani, which was assassins.
Yes.
And I drew.
They're both houses of. It's 2 halves of the same house.
Okay, so I was gonna say the emblem is not unique to one of those. It's.
No.
Okay.
They're both House of Shadow. It's just what.
Yeah.
It's like a subdivision. It all encompasses, or House of Shadow is the all encompassing.
Okay.
I'm excited. I like where we're going. What? Nope. That's not salsa. That's cranberry juice. Ew.
What? What life are you living where you could confuse those two? Do you have cranberry juice in a salsa jar?
I just opened my salsa
Yeah.
after just pouring my glass of cranberry cran apple juice, and then they're just right next to each other. And then I went to dip, and I was dipping into the wrong glass.
What life are you living where you
I've
could
done
confuse
that.
us?
I've done that.
Okay, sorry. I'm breaking the immersion.
It wasn't that I looked at cran apple juice and went, "That's salsa." It's that I wasn't looking at what I was dipping.
You had identical jars filled with dark liquids, and you're like, "Ah, shit." That's what I pictured.
Yeah, poured it into like a salsa jar. That's
Yeah, I have really chunky cran apple juice. There's real cranberries and apples in it. Just drink them.
Awful.
All right. Well,
I actually kind of think that sounds awesome, to be honest, but that's okay.
so what do you guys want to do? We don't have our spa date till later.
Well,
You know what? We should talk to the Empress. We got a little derailed here.
Yeah. Let's
All right.
run back up to the Empress Town.
Now, who wants to explain everything that happened? Because
I feel like I got this covered.
I honestly spaced out during a lot of the time in Cawthron. That is in character, by the way, not me. Just.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I feel like Brolin did a lot of talking, so I think he should take lead.
I got this.
Okay. Let's go.
Bring it on up to Empress Town.
So you guys-
Before we leave the house, I'm gonna high five the house for making it great too.
Okay.
High five the house.
Little brother does come out of his room at this point. He comes down and he has a quiet bowl of stew and cleans up the dishes that you guys have left on the bowl.
Shit.
On the thing.
I'm gonna finger gun little brother.
That's
and
my thing.
he smiles and he puts his arms, his cups, his fist in front of his chest and bows.
That's cool.
I feel like finger guns aren't good enough for that. I gotta come up with something.
He continues cleaning and he kind of takes the pot off the fire so it's not burning or anything. He just kind of sorting things out.
Does he put the fire on warm? Just to keep.
So you guys head to the palace then?
Yeah.
Is that where you're heading now, or are you going to the spa?
No, the palace.
It's probably too early for this spot.
Yeah,
Actually,
spot-
it's 9
spot-
o'clock in the-
You guys slept 8 hours at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, so it's probably nighttime. It's probably spot time.
No, we're going to. Yeah, it's 5. We're going to. We need to see the Empress.
Right.
It's the whole reason we're here. Spy dates for later.
So
Also, I will make sure that I'm sure that he is, but I will make sure that the Raven is with me. AKA Crow, but you called it a Raven last, but it was a Crow to start with.
It's a raven.
It's a
Because they're smarter.
Croven. It's a Croven.
No way, crows are smarter than ravens.
Irrelevant.
Croven.
You guys head up to the palace, walking along the branches. And as you enter the throne room, there is nope, not that guy. Deblin, the dwarf Deblin, higher up. He's one of the Tower of Air guys. He's in his garb, his blue robes, standing in the kind of center with two orcs. They're all kind of. He seems to be translating things that they say in Orcish to the princess. Sarge and Kershipe are also there, standing. He's such a twat. You guys see Kershipe and Sarge kind of standing, not throne level with the Empress, but they're kind of on the steps, and they're just a part of this meeting and stuff. As you walk in, I checked, none of you speak Orcish. You hear one of the orcs kind of turn to look at you, and then they look at Deblin and they go, "Suklag Dogai!"
Hi to you too.
And he says something back, and then he rushes over to you guys and says, I know we said it was open doors for you guys, but now's not a good time. Just give us 20 minutes. We'll be right with you.
Okay. We'll hop out into the hall. I'll lead the way. And I'll give Devlin a wave of acknowledgement, because he's cool.
He still not smiling too much.
Oh shit, okay.
And he nods and acknowledges your wave. And
Yeah, but he's just not happy. It's business time.
yeah, it's even when you met with him kind of leisurely before, he was like kind of a grumpy guy.
Yeah, he was the grumpiest of the three.
Mm-hmm. So he returns back to his translating, and it seems kind of tense in the room as you guys head out. I do want to remind that the Tower of Air is located in the palace, and Aaron would know the way there.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you. The orcs are here. They're trading things.
Oh,
What?
what?
They're an emissary from the Orc kingdoms, not necessarily.
Well,
Not all of them, just one.
she can say whatever.
The orcs.
Well,
Okay.
trading is
I'm making sure she knows.
well, it seemed a little tense there, but if they're just trading, that's fine, I guess.
I mean,
Well.
that's all I know.
Well, we got some time to kill.
No.
I feel mysteriously compelled to go check out the Tower of Air.
Beach, if you want to, you can roll a history check. You might, and Shakul actually too. You guys might know something about orcs.
Okay.
Oh, balls. Thick
Nope.
balls.
You know orcs exist.
You know him.
Orcs. Yep, guys, those were in fact orcs.
You know him, you love him.
Well, if you guys want to go look, I know how to get to the Tower Air if you want to go look for info to pass the 20 minutes.
Let's check it out.
So you guys head up, and Aaron brings you to this circular room with a design on the floor that matches the Tower of Air's logo. There seems to be no, as you look up, there's no end to it, and there's no staircase, and there's no doors on any side. And as you all get to the middle, a representative from the Tower of Air kind of appears in the room with you, and he says, "Can I assist you?"
No, we're just looking around. Gonna do some-
Actually, yes, you can assist us. I've never been. Have you been here before? I've never been here before.
Okay.
I've been here. What? I'm not a good tour guide.
What
If
is
you
it?
could show us around, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know Aaron was experienced. I guess we'll be all right.
Go ahead. Okay. No, go ahead.
Oh no! Now you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm conflicted today. Okay, leave me
What?
alone.
What were you looking for? Hoping to find? Are you, prospects looking to join?
No, we're just reading
No.
books.
Reading, so the library then.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, simple enough. That is open to palace guests. And he goes over to the wall and he kind of casts his hand over it, and the floor. There's no delay. There's no sense of upward motion. You're just suddenly in a different room.
That was good.
And he goes, just behind you, the door to the library. If you don't mind my asking, is there something particular you guys are hoping to research? I may be able to point you in the right direction.
Yes. Well, no. And also, have you seen a gnome around here lately by the name of Aphles? He's always smoking. He's really quiet.
Aphles, yes. He was here. He first came in a week ago. He studied some books for 3 or 4 days. And then he said he went south.
Wow.
Well, thank you. He's a friend of ours.
Yeah, he was a.
We'll probably never see him again.
Did
But
smoke a bit too much for my taste, but he was a smart man.
all right. Well, what was your name? It's nice to meet you.
I don't have a name for this guy. Move on.
Come on, Jim, Mowgli.
The bookkeeper.
All right. So
Phil.
we'll go in where he
Hang on.
sent us.
Hang on, I got it. Randomnamegenerator.com.
I swear to God, if it starts with a cur, I'm gonna be so mad.
Tared.
Tared.
All right, Taryn. Well, thanks for the help, and have a good one.
Bye.
Stay out of trouble. Make good choices. Bye.
All right. And he kind of stays in the circular cylinder room, and as you guys step out, he waves his hand on the thing again, and he's gone.
Cool.
That was so cool, guys.
So you're in a library. There are people walking around. They're all wearing the robes of the tower.
Brolin is gonna walk right over to the famous witches and wizards section. Actually, no. He was the king of humans. What do we know about what? Jacqueline. He was the king of
Give me a name.
Jacqueline.
Jakeem the Shadow, one of the first kings of men.
He was the first king of men.
One, yes.
He was one of 4 of the first kings of men.
Okay, I will look up in the history of the war section. I'm sure they're sectioned off somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start looking through that for anything I can find about, like, popular figures in the war.
Do an investigation check for me.
Excellent. I will do that.
All right.
You do find one book that's titled "History of the Union."
Okay.
And thumbing through it, you do find the list of the kings pretty easily. Jaquim of the Shadow is listed as the founding king of Sorn, Land of Mists. Sorn, S-O-R-N, founding king of Sorn, Land of Mists.
Got it. Mists, right? Not like.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Shakul is going to look for some books on beekeeping.
Okay.
Bye. I'm gonna walk over to Brolin and be like, what did you say that language was, or did you like not tell us?
I read it as common. I couldn't tell what the language was. Everything. So I'll explain to her how.
I'm with them too.
I just read things. I just read things. I don't
just
see it
makes
as
sense?
languages. It just I comprehend it as if it was all common to me.
Wait a minute. Time out, Brolin.
Yes.
So you've never come across something in your whole life that you couldn't read? Not even all those years at university?
No.
That's up to you.
I'm trying to think of. So how this works is I can read and comprehend any writing, right? Obviously not like drawings or sculpt. Like there's certain like runes that I might not be able to understand. I don't want to lie to him.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me look up the thing. It's called comprehend languages, right?
It really no. It's called. Oh God, I had to pull it up. Sorry.
Hello. Can I search in D&D Beyond? Yeah.
I don't think it's called comprehend language. It's called like. God dang it. I'm pulling up my character sheet right now. I didn't think I had needed it because. Features and trades.
It's a feat, right?
Yeah, it's called Eye of the Runekeeper. Eyes of the Runekeeper. It's not even a feat. It's part of Eldritch Invocations. It literally, the only description says you can read all writing.
It's part of Eldritch Invocations, so this would be a new development that would have been when you formed the Pact. So no, not the whole time at the university. This is something that developed after you formed your Pact.
Okay, so then I will choose to say this wisely. Now that I think back on it, it actually happened shortly after that incident at the university. I never really thought about it.
Oh.
It's so vague. Just you can read already. But yeah, I never really thought back on it. It's just one of those things that happened, and I just kind of thought I could always do. Or maybe since then I've only thought I've come in contact with stuff I could read. I never really put much thought into it.
Interesting.
Do you want my input?
Yeah,
So,
go nuts.
So it would appear, things would appear to you, since things have just been appearing to you as if they were in common. You wouldn't necessarily, you left the college shortly after.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have necessarily had time for someone to point out, like, how can you read that shit? Because they would have been, you were a fairly new student, they would have been giving you stuff that you could have read anyway.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have surprised anybody. But since then, things just appear as common to you, so it's not something you would have necessarily, acknowledged.
Okay. If that makes sense, and I'll say, if that makes sense, everything I look at, I can just read now. So.
Oh, very interesting. We have
to further that point, when you guys look at the book that he's holding, it's in like Elvish.
Brolin, this is amazing.
What do you mean? Like what's?
We're in a library, and you're probably the only person who can read everything.
I'm sure there's others. I can't be the only one.
I don't know. This seems pretty singular talent to me.
People study multiple languages just to be able to learn from the books of other languages. There's no way I can
That was
do
a
this.
confusing statement, but
Yeah, you're right.
Wait,
I'm gonna put that in the past.
Yeah,
and
the world history book that he's got, or the history of the Union, is written in Elvish, so you would be able to read it, Aaron.
I was
But
gonna
Beach,
say, yeah.
Beach doesn't. Beach is looking at it and going,
How is he reading that?
"You know it's Elvish," but you're like, "Oh, I didn't know Brolin read Elvish."
No, I was talking about the book that he had that he read from when we were back at the house.
No.
That's in a language that nobody recognized, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If
So
Roland
what-
wasn't cheating, he wouldn't have been able to read it either.
No, I got you. What I was saying was I wanted to see what language this was so we can look up Lord of Void, you know?
Well, let me
It's a good thought, but you guys don't know what the language is.
Yeah, so
and I don't really want to show anyone the book.
no, I know that.
And I read it as common, so I can't like look at it and study
No, I
like
know,
to, like
so-
make a percent. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go wander away from them and talk to a librarian.
Okay.
Is there like a there's someone working there, right?
Yeah, there's no one who distinctly strikes you as the librarian, but there are several members of the tower walking through silently, picking up books, reading them, and such.
I'm gonna find the first person with like the blue vest, some employee.
As a side note, you guys understand the Tower of Air kind of. They are wizards and sorcerers and the like. Yes, but their primary purpose is knowledge, keeping knowledge and gaining knowledge.
Yeah,
so they would
anyone in the
they
tower
would
can
all
learn
be
from
sort of
everyone.
kind of reverent of the books and have be able to
Knowledge.
point you in the correct directions and like knowledge of the library. Basically everyone's a librarian.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look, just kind of walk around and look for the person who looks like, kind of like the oldest, maybe has some like thin readers in the tip of their nose,
Okay.
and
You do come across Sure. Sorry. I have to run everything against my own notes. You find a older human, tan skin. He's got some liver spots on his bald head, and he's very wrinkled face, frail, kind of thin, but just silently looking down at a book through eyes that seem to be barely open. And he's you notice his robes do seem a little bit more ornate and intricate than others that you have seen. They have some gold vine-styled leaves and vine pattern leaves running down the arms. And at his collars, there's a pin on either side, one of a oak leaf that is gold, and one that looks like a kind of cat's eye in silver.
all right. So as I see him, I say, "Oh, he's perfect!" And I hustle over and, "Pardon me, sir. May I have just a moment of your time?"
And he slowly looks up from the table. There is a stack of books in front of him, and they're kind of obscuring you, given your height. He stands to see you, and he stands slowly. He goes, "What is it?"
Well, I am Beach, wise sage and stalwart protector of the forests, and this is my first time in the circle of air or wind. What the fuck do I care?
Tower of Air.
The Sky Spire.
Tower.
In the Tower of Air, yes. And you see, I came across some writing in a tomb. I'm a bit of an adventurer, you see, and I've been very curious about Oh, I got so worked up at what I was going to say, I forgot who the goddamn person was.
Lord of Void.
Yes! Have you ever heard or know where I might be able to find anything about the Lord of Void?
The Lord of Void.
That
He's
is what I
specific.
said.
Okay.
You're not
Funny
there.
thing that you
You're not there, Aaron. Don't talk out of
I
turn.
know, I'm just trying to help. Okay.
So?
He peers over the books, and he doesn't seem to react when you say Lord of Void, but he says, "Welcome, Master Beach. My name is Sangmo. I am Grand Master here at the tower.
No.
Lord of Void. Does sound familiar. Probably one of the great beasts of the abyssal plane, yes.
Oh.
Follow me. I might have a book in the back here." And he starts to lead. He turns and he kind of does the old man shuffle, where he's only moving like 6 inches at every step. And he just starts shuffling down the hall.
And I turn to, can I see Brolin and everybody from where I am? Or have I kind of wandered off?
The library itself. So everything about the Tower of Air. This is an important thing that I forgot to mention. I'm sorry. Everything about the Tower of Air is circular. The elevator shaft, teleportation, whatever shit you just came through, was a circular room. The library itself is a larger circular room. So, and along it kind of has rings of rows of books that wind back and forth, and there's periodic cuts between the rings where you can go to the next layer.
Mm-hmm.
So you came in at the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
He is 3 rows deep.
Okay.
You can't tell how many rows there are. Brolin and Aaron were 2 rows deep, but you can still kind of see them. It's a little bit obscured, but you can see where they're standing, if not their face directly.
So I'm gonna kind of Brolin.
And I'll put down the book I was looking at, and I will rush over to him.
I'll follow.
I'll follow.
We're so subtle.
I see
you guys-
everybody, including Brolin. I go, okay.
You guys all see this shuffling old man seemingly scurrying away from Beach at like a snail's pace. He turns down kind of the 6th ring to the right, and you hear the of his feet, but you can't. Like he's gone around a bookcase that's full of books, so you guys can't actually see him unless you're like running to catch up, which wouldn't be very hard. He's moving pretty slow.
I'll ask Beach what he wanted.
Oh, I don't know. I think we're onto something, and just in case I can't read it, I wanted to have you here.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Maybe it's best if we don't all go. Well, I will tell you guys what happens. I promise. Maybe we shouldn't just have a big group of people following.
Yeah, we'll split and come back together and say what we found. But I got a feeling Brolin's gonna come in handy here.
And I'm gonna ask you guys to look for that for any books on Soren the Land of Mist to see if we can find out how Jaqueen could have possibly came in contact with these guns, if there's any information on that.
Alright.
Look for that, guys. And then I'm gonna go with Beach. Alright.
And we're following.
Yeah.
So you guys. Did I spell it out for you?
Nope.
I don't know if I need to. It's pretty simple.
I'm sure I spelled it wrong, but I know how to say what I wrote.
Uh-oh.
So you guys follow him down, and he leads you to a wanders off among the stacking. He leads you to this section that it's not the restricted section, but the books here are locked. It's the only shelf you've seen so far that has a sort of cage around it, and you kind of have to slide. He pulls a key, and he unlocks the bar in front of a particular book, slides it down, removes the book, and puts the bar back up. Where's this thing? Fucking flop. Sometimes I hate D&D Beyond. Because I want to give you guys the correct information. That's why I'm pausing so much. Sorry.
While you do that, I'm so sorry. This is terrible of me, but Sangmo, what was that for?
That's the guy. That's the old guy.
The guy you're following.
Okay.
He said he's the headmaster or the grandmaster of the tower.
I wrote arch librarian ? Because I couldn't remember what you called him.
I was gonna say I have Tarot's name. Tarot the librarian.
Far
Catch Sangmo. Okay.
So he pulls down this book, and he kind of opens it and flips through, and he goes, yes. Lord of Void. He resides in the far realm among Tharizdun, the Chained God, Dendar, the Night Serpent, Guanadar, called That Which Lurks, yes. These are the unfathomable beings. They're ancient, beyond time itself. And he kind of seems to get excited as he's reading, and he looks up at you guys, and he's kind of nodding and shaking as he motions towards you. He goes, the far realm, it surpasses our meaningless comprehension. It encompasses things which cannot be encompassed. It is nothing. It is void. It is everything all at the same time.
I am in awe, and I'm so interested about this.
Where?
Same.
Master Gnome, where did you say you came across this title?
Oh, just in a cave somewhere.
Fascinating. I would very much like to visit this cave someday.
Oh, you have to come with us. We're probably gonna go back sometime.
We'll hit it up after the spa.
We're also going to spa later if you want to come.
No. What I was gonna say is, are you familiar with Jacqueline, one of the first kings of men?
Oh yeah, everyone knows about Jacqueline the Shadow, right?
Jacqueline, yes, Jacqueline, first king, founder of the land of Sorn. It said that his men found darker things, and
maybe
trails off.
no, that makes sense.
But sorry, the lands they inhabited, full of shadows, mists, and creatures that walk such. They became almost one with the creatures, not having to fight off beasts that would otherwise feed on us, but taming them and mastering them. It's a beautiful, if not dreary, place to visit if you ever get the chance.
Whereabouts is it? General direction, south, northwest?
Well, how about
the east? The mist moors to the fingers of Avon, best his king.
that's Sorn?
Yes.
Well, that's really far away.
Quite.
To the fingers of what?
Avon.
Avon, sorry.
That might take us even like a whole week to get there.
Oh, a real whole week?
Yeah. We travel pretty fast.
So it's
It'd probably take us like way more than a week.
Once we found some magical
It's that
teleporty,
section
Yeah,
that
oh
I
yeah,
did.
teleporty shit.
That would take us like...
it's that
months.
section of the
Yeah,
map.
I see it.
Okay.
Wait, where? Hold on. Oh,
It's on your. It should be on your screen.
my phone's glitching, so I couldn't
Oh,
see.
okay.
It's
It's like
It's
the
like the
farthest-
far east coast.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see it now. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. So, wait. I'm sorry. So when you were reading that passage before, the Lord of Void, he was one of these. Tharizdun, the chained one, that which lurks. They're all kind of in the same classification of old gods or whatever.
Well, then, not gods as we know them per se. They live. I'm pasting all the names, by the way. They live within. How do I describe it? The far realm. It's a different dimension. It's a different reality itself. These beings strive to get from there to here, usually to conquer or feed.
Oh, so they're not very
They-
nice generally.
No, they are benevolent at best and malicious at worst. I would not want them getting through.
Oh yeah, me neither. That would be that'd be so bad.
But they are fascinating to read about. Admittedly, the lore we have on guess no one's ever traveled to the far realm and returned. But occasionally things do creep through, as things do.
Ah,
As I hope it was helpful.
it was very helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you.
There isn't a name given to Lord of Void. It seems to be his name itself.
Well, that's great. No, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Anytime.
Well, since you
Sparked a fire of learning in me. It's invigorating.
Oh.
And he puts the book back and he
Giggity.
kind of like pulls a different book off the shelf and just starts reading and mumbling to himself.
now,
He's still there.
just purely hypothetical. Purely hypothetical. If you were to maybe hear the Lord of Void's voice saying something like "release me," what would you think? What would you do in that situation?
He kind of looks up, and you've clearly caught his interest. And he closes the book, and he bends in real close. He goes, "Well, given that none have ever heard a voice from the far realm, I would first question if it's not some just simple dark magic. It's impossible to tell a voice that you've never heard before. Does that make sense?
It does.
Secondly, if I was able to in fact confirm that it is one of these great old ones, I would do whatever I could to never hear it again."
You passed the test. Good job. All right. Well, thanks for the help. We better be going. Bye.
What did you hear, Gnome?
Here?
You heard something, didn't you?
Me?
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna step in and say
Make
that.
a deception check.
I didn't. Oh, I did hear. Yeah, okay. Well, I already said it. Fuck me.
Yeah. Oh, you fuck.
He kind of leans in closer and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he... I am your friend. I am not trying to take what you found, Master No.
Bro, I'm
But
this
I
close to
do-
spilled the beans.
I do encourage caution
No.
when dealing with such things.
Alright, well, we kind of found a thing in a cave, and it kind of had to do with Queen of the Shadow, and we don't really know, but then we saw something that said Lord of Void, and it was all really confusing, and we're just trying to learn about it.
Sometimes my friend gets a little eccentric. We have been looking into...
What
We
is
have-
your name, Dragon Mouth?
Brolin, and I'll extend my hand to him.
He shakes it, but it's a weak handshake, not because he doesn't, he just doesn't have the strength in
Yeah.
his hand.
I get it. With my hand still firmly over Beach's mouth, I will say that we have, much like him, been intrigued by stuff. We happened to hear talk of this Void, Lord of the Void, and it piqued our interest, much like you, not for raising him or anything, but we wanted to just learn more about him.
Please, Mr. Brolin. Believe me, I encourage knowledge and research. I simply emphasize caution when dealing with something as dark as this. The unknown often causes the wise to do foolish things.
Trust me, I know. And my little friend here has been talking to trees for a long time. He's been in solitude, so he's just happy
Talking to trees is not that strange.
Yeah,
No,
I swat his hand away.
I'd like to make him roll for that because I actively am trying to hold his mouth shut.
You would both roll strength.
Oh, that was a save.
The strength check. I mean, it's the same exact thing. There's no difference.
100% try to maintain this.
He successfully swats your hand away.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself. I'm fine. And yeah, see, it's not that weird to talk to trees.
No, but I mean, when
Yes.
you talk to trees and then you start saying that you hear voices from other worlds and stuff, it's.
Well, I don't know where it was
a
from.
little- I know,
Voices
but it comes off a little.
Hear me for a moment.
Yes.
You are welcome here to study anything. There is nothing off limits in the tower. There is a restricted section, but it is not off limits. It just requires an elder's company. I will
And I-
personally accompany you on matters such as this because they intrigue me as much as they intrigue you.
Okay.
Whatever you find is yours. And yours alone. We do not trap knowledge. We encourage learning and the sharing. But, again, I urge you, be careful.
Well,
We'll
thank you.
graciously thank him and let him know that we will be back. And we definitely would like to take a look at that section
Oh, we'll be back.
with his approval and assistance.
I look forward to your return. I love visiting that section.
I like this guy.
Okay.
We are.
Shakul, you do successfully find a bee book. I'm not sure why you wanted it, but it's there. You find it pretty easily. Did you ask for any assistance?
No, just
You find it. There's a book on the intricacy of handling a bee.
Just a one bee.
Beekeeping? Beekeeping. I was gonna call it bee farming, but that's not the right term. The book on the intricacies of beekeeping.
I'm keeping a bee. I hope you do something with that.
How to make a really small leash.
I every time Chris role plays and starts to interact, I love it. So I'm just now I have high expectations of what this bee book's gonna do. Aaron, is there anything you wanted to do while you're here? It has been about 10 minutes.
I want to look for like a section of like land because Rowan asked me to look for.
Say that again.
He wanted me to find the land of. Is it again? Not is it the land of mist?
No, yeah, it was Land of Mist. We actually, I did tell you to look for that. We did find out where that was.
No, I know you did, but I'm role playing.
Yeah, no, I get it. Go ahead, go nuts.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Mike,
gonna,
shut up.
aimlessly wander around looking for a section with like land.
There is a unique as you kind of make an investigation check just for funds.
I can try, but my phone's not working right now, so let me see.
Yeah.
Alright, never
I'm
mind.
not worried too much about it.
You said
Can I roll it for you?
Investigation?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so as you kind of walk in this spiraled maze of bookshelves and tables and tower members, you come across this section of scrolls and rolled up maps. There is one big world map kind of pinned to a table. There's some magic kind of lit up writing on it, and things seem to move on it. You're not sure what they're tracking, but it seems to be tracking something. And it's just kind of a almost living world map, functioning off of different enchantments from different mages. But it shows you very clearly where the Mistmoors and Fingers of Avon are.
So this is what they were talking about.
Yeah, and you can see Peacewood and where you're located, all that stuff.
So you said it like moves, like do little things move on it?
So the map that you're looking at on the table looks like this one. But it's not that the map itself is moving, like the water's not flowing on the map. It's a drawn map. But members of the tower, wizards and sorcerers and stuff, have come along and cast something on it where there's a member of the tower nearby who explains to you that the lights kind of dancing across the map are if he wanted to send a carrier raven or messenger hawk to Glandrather Forest, he could track he can put a enchantment on or a rune on the hawk, and then he can follow the hawk's progress on this map so that he knows when his message arrived.
Oh, that's cool.
And so there's not an overwhelming amount, but there's a like between 10 to 15 little lights kind of moving and twinkling across this map. The only other significant thing is in this cratered section that I just kind of scribbled on in black. I hope you can see it.
Hold on, sorry. Yep.
So in that cratered section, it is kind of, there's a steady blue light that just is staying on there, and it's kind of pulsating in its intensity rather slowly. Do you ask?
I'm gonna look around. Is that guy who explained the map next to me still?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? And I'm gonna point to it.
Okay, so he looks at that. He goes, As you probably know, that would be or I guess I shouldn't assume what anyone walking in here knows. That's the site of the first Hellmouth.
The what?
If you read the history I set out for you, you'd know.
Sorry, I didn't freaking read it yet.
No, you're not.
I am, because I've been meaning to do it, but I keep forgetting to do it.
She says that's the site of the first Hellmouth, where the last battles of the first unification took place.
Oh, okay.
That's where the demons broke through, and so we monitor it constantly and to make sure we have advance notice of if it were to open again.
What would make it open?
We're not sure. It hasn't opened ever in our time.
Who closed it?
The death of one of the Celestials leading the army. She sacrificed herself to close it. From your time in the Tomb of Kings and from your knowledge from the automaton, you know that would be the one that you saw in the tomb.
Oh yeah.
Or the one, Shaltiel, Angel of Silence.
Yeah.
He wouldn't necessarily know that, because that factoid of history of what that part of history of as to which two Celestials actually led the fight or led the armies in the fight. They were never named. They're not named in any bits of history. So you four are kind of the first to find her name.
Cool.
So he doesn't know. He just knows it's one of the Celestials that led the forces.
Gotcha.
Or helped in the helped the forces.
So what would happen if that did? Would we all die?
What? Say again.
What would happen if that did open? Would we all die?
Hopefully we would be able to fight them off again, but given what the
lack of
legends say,
Celestials we have.
well, there's that, and the what the history tells us about the strength of the seven armies versus what we have today. I do fear that we would not be able to repel the forces of the Nine Hells.
Interesting.
To clarify something, there hasn't been a celestial physical presence since the first unification.
Yeah.
But I mean, priests or clerics and stuff that and temples, they do, communicate and commune with the different various gods and celestials and deities across the land, because that's where clerics draw their power from, is their connection with deity.
Gotcha.
So there is some presence, but there hasn't been that direct quote-unquote divine intervention since the first war.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks.
Of course. So do you guys kind of just meet back up now, or?
Yeah, we after leaving Sangwell, we were looking for the rest of the group.
Yeah. We'll say all of this traveling and kind of researching has taken about 15 of the 20 minutes that you guys were told to wait.
And as we walk back, I'll inform them of what we found out, for the most part. That, well, not for the most part. I'll tell them what we found out. Sorry.
Guys, it was amazing. We found the Archduke of the Library, and he taught us all about the Lord of the Void. We know all about him now.
We learned about the Unfathomable, the 4 different ones that there were. I think there was 4. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4. And actually, it's probably 5 because it didn't mention the Lord of Void in there. So probably 5.
What?
Also, based on what we talked about a little bit.
I stood up for a second. What did you just say, Brolin?
I said that I was telling them that we learned about the 4, and then I realized that there's probably 5 unfathomable beings. Because there's Gondor.
Well, you wrote 3.
Tharizdun, Dendor.
And then Lord of Void.
Oh yeah, okay. You're right. My bad. So there's
Which
4.
one?
Lord of there's other beings, but those are the 3 that he named off.
Yeah. Just major big baddies from the far realm.
Yeah, he kind of he named a few just to get the point across, and
Yeah.
I'm only saying this because I thought you said Lord of Void wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, he wasn't mentioned in those 3 that he told us, but we know of him.
He was.
He wasn't mentioned, just not what you typed.
Yeah, he was mentioned in the book. He wasn't given a name other than Lord of.
Yeah.
Like.
He wasn't the unknown Gondor, or the witch that lurks Tharizdun, or the chained guard Dendor. Oh wait, no, Tharizdun the chained guard. I read that backwards.
Yeah, Tharizdun the chained god, Dendar the night serpent, and
Gahandor the witch that lurks.
Okay, yeah, basically.
That witch lurks.
Now you know. That's what we found.
I found a map.
Oh, of where?
Right here.
Of here?
No, I said I found a map of here.
Called
I can't hear you. It's over. Sorry. What?
I'm sorry.
I found a map right here, and I'm gonna point at the map.
Oh, it's a map of the world.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Look at this, and I'm gonna point at the crater and be like, "It's glowing."
What is that?
That's where the demons from the 9 hells, right?
First Hellmouth.
The first Hellmouth. Yeah.
The first Hellmouth was found.
Oh.
Yeah.
That seems intriguing.
So what did that have to do with the Sorn? Or Jaqueen the Shadow? Was he there?
Oh, yeah, was he there?
I don't know.
Oh. Shaquille, what did you find?
Wait, hold on. Does it say something?
Oh, what?
Do you remember when we found? I'm gonna look around first. Are there any people around us? Around the map?
There's people walking by.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper.
It's not
to
like
them.
you're in a super private location. There's people walking in and around the library, but it's quiet.
Also, since we've been here, I've gone from like trying to be kind of secretive to like feeling at home, and I'm just talking very loudly now.
I'm gonna whisper to them and be like, so, you remember when we found that celestial, or what was her name again? Sorry, I don't have my notes.
Shaltiel, the Angel of Silence.
Shaltiel, the Angel of Silence. Remember when she, like, sacrificed herself to close the gates?
Yeah, the Hellmouth.
Yeah, that's where she is. That's where it happened. But they don't seem to know her name.
Oh, that's cool.
We're smart.
Wicked smart.
So what'd you find, Shakul?
Oh, I found a book on beekeeping.
Ah!
Well, I've always wanted to know more about beekeeping. We didn't really have much of a chance up in the mountains. It's quite cold up there.
Are you gonna hurt?
Well,
Flavor texting the shit out of his character.
No, not herd. I mean, they're quite autonomous. But I'll hopefully get some great honey. Which I'd be happy to share.
I would love that.
Did you know that honey taken from the area will cure all sorts of, that it's harvested from will cure all sorts of ailments?
Did you just find that out?
Did you know that? Did you know that, Aaron?
Well, I knew that honey helps allergies.
Exactly. Science.
Well, I'm glad you learned something, Shakul. Good job.
I love that.
Well, it's about look at my wrist. It's about time we go talk to the Empress.
What's on your wrist? There's nothing on your wrist. I don't see anything on your wrist.
IRL, I looked at my wrist to mock looking at the time, and
it's the shadow of the sun, and it says it's time to go talk to the Empress.
All right, let's go talk to the Empress.
So, you guys head back down to the throne room. You kind of... are you guys just walking in, or are you guys kind of...
We'll hesitantly...
Is like the doors closed? Can we not...
Door?
Yeah, what's the situation?
The door's kind of cracked open.
Can we listen and see if they're still talking with the orc boys?
You still hear Orcish going on inside, but you also hear some light music playing.
So we'll light knock and kind of poke our head in.
Tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
Beach, you said you poke your head in?
Yeah.
You see that the orcs are sitting at one of the tables that line the hall, and they're eating and they're speaking with Devlin.
All right, I open the door all the way and walk in.
Sarge and Kershape and one of the other tower members are standing up towards having a conversation separately with the Empress. And as you guys come in, Sarge looks over and motions for you to come to where he's at and just start talking or join whatever conversation they're having up there.
All right. Well, I will approach with everybody, I assume.
Yes.
So as you approach... Fuck. I just remembered how many voices I have to do right now. Sarge.
How do you remember Sarge's voice? I always forget what Sarge sounds like.
I think I finally found it tonight, actually, which is awkward. Took this long, but he says, my friends, it's so nice to see you again. Did you rest well?
Yes, I made
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Sorry about that business earlier.
Oh, it's no
Orcs-
problem. We had plenty of things to do.
Orcs do not like disclosing information in the presence of outsiders. They are...
Understandable.
I get
Those
it.
two are actually quite friendly, but any interaction with them, you'll need Devlin to translate. I don't know that he's feeling the most approachable after today's interaction.
What happened?
They wanted to change the going rate for our trades. There's a slight dispute on the value of our enchantment versus the value of their resources. It's
Yeah,
nothing
pretty sure
nothing
you're-
too concerning for you guys.
Sounds very boring.
Just politics.
Pretty sure your enchantments are a lot better than their resources anyway.
What makes you say that, Aaron?
I mean, we're in a city that is heavily enchanted, so no one can find it.
It's true, Lady Elf, or Lady Erin, but the orcs are the only suppliers of both mithril and platinum.
Oh.
And Mithril's pretty cool.
Platinum's very expensive.
Alright, anyway, touche, carry on. So, how's your week been?
So we're gonna step in front of Aaron now and
Empress, we're not gonna talk about a week with Sarge.
bro, it's your go.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to bring this all up in front of everybody here.
Pardon me, Empress. Hello?
We talked to her privately?
She turns
Oh, wait.
from...
Are we not private right now?
No, there's like orcs sitting around. There's like devils around. Like,
I imagine we're far away.
They're like 100 feet away from you. You could whisper and they wouldn't hear.
oh, okay, all right. I didn't know how small the room was. That was my fault. All right.
We'll say we're talking with the intent of no one else hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, I'll approach the Empress with the raven on my shoulder, and I will bow to her, and I will say, we have some news for you.
Yes. Master Brolin, it is so good to see you again. And Beach, Lady Erin, Shakul.
Hi.
You returned much sooner than we expected.
We had some assistance on our travels. We obviously had your help through the tunnels
Yes.
with that guard.
Mhm.
And we actually found some other people that were able to help us kind of expedite our travels.
I see. We were not expecting you for another 2 weeks at least. But
Yeah.
But what news? Did you find? Did you put a stop to the raids?
So here's the thing.
Oh, we did.
So no shit, there we were.
We did. There is gonna be no more attacks on Durgar. But nothing. The attacks have stopped. But we need a favor from you.
But
Big favor.
Oh,
Well,
right.
We would like to put you in contact with someone who I'm not sure has the most favorable reputation.
Cernius. Sorry.
He's looking for kind of a way out of his lifestyle that he has right now. He's wondering if he's able to make a deal for a plot of land on the outskirts of your town, where he could retire in peace and stop his thieving ways with a small group of his men.
And or all of them.
A town.
It's about 100 people, he said.
A town is no place for a small group of men. If they want a full town, you're talking about founding a new country.
I'm not
in
talking
my
about a full
lands.
town. I'm just talking about a plot of land where
But
100
that's-
men could settle down.
Plots of
Come in
land.
as a large village.
I may be
they
naive.
want a safe haven.
I understand. And I may be naive, but even I know that a plot of land soon grows to a town.
I understand.
Master Beach, did you say Xerneas?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well.
That's the prisoner that was on the boat with you. was it not?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
So,
We've had problems, I guess, with him before.
well, that would make sense. He's the king of thieves.
The thieves have a king?
Apparently, it's Xerneas. We met him. He's got a whole.
He's changed, Empress.
Well, here's the thing. We spoke to Xerneas, king of thieves. We found him up north when we were investigating the whole raid problem you talked about. It was them.
Yes.
It was them looking for a place to live. They're trying to abandon this thief land they live in.
Raiding my kingdoms is not exactly the best way to go about retiring.
No,
Well, I
well,
don't
it wasn't me doing it. That was his problem.
I don't think it was
Sarge steps in at this point and says, to be fair, to play devil's advocate for a moment, Lady Empress. In the most recent raids, no one was killed.
And all he asked of us was to be put in contact with you so we could open up diplomatic relations. And you guys could try to work something out where he already agreed. No more raids, no more violence towards the Empire. And, in turn, he just asked that you send this raven that Brolin has over here so that you guys can keep in contact and work something out. We thought a non-violent solution would be the best way.
Deblin, would you join us up here for a moment? Deblin approaches with you guys, and she conveys all this stuff to him, and he says, "Fucking king of thieves."
Oh yeah, they got a whole
There's
city
a
of thieves.
fucking king of thieves.
A
There's
whole
city
city of thieves. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh God.
Sounds like a nightmare.
I know.
It was hot.
Well, they're
It was hot.
trying to leave. They want out too.
So
All right, well, Milady, what is it that you're exactly asking of me? I'm trying to do a Scottish accent and I can't fucking do it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I couldn't think of it. Fucking Fezzik from How to Train Your Dragon. That's Nordic. That's not Scottish, but that's not important. Anyway, moving on. Master Devlin, Sarge, would you two serve as the emissaries? I don't trust anyone else to keep the open mind that I feel this situation calls for. I'm not even sure the council will agree to send you.
If I may, also, I know that you're wary about this situation right now.
I am beyond wary, Master Brolin.
I completely understand. I would not have reached out to you if I didn't think it was something that could be mutually beneficial to you. We've helped you a couple times, and we are asking this favor, but I do believe that in securing a plot of land, he might be able to add some of his talents and resources, whatever they may be, sketchy as they may be, to aid you in any way. It's always good to have allies of all sorts.
Well, and also a thing to keep in mind, which I didn't realize at first. You know, you hear King of Thieves, City of Thieves, you think it's just a bunch of people stealing from each other, right? But in fact, it was like a whole city. They had like cooks and blacksmiths and carpenters, and it was just like normal people. So we talked to Xerneas about this, and he seemed pretty, and no one stole from each other. There was no crime there. They just kind of.
We were a small group in their world. They easily could have taken us out.
Because we were pretty skeptical at first, but they seemed pretty prepared to set up their own little home. Just saying. Just keep an open mind.
It was like a Peacewood with lava.
Peacewood's way better. Way better.
Peacewood is absolutely much better. That's why they want to get.
I thought you said Peacewood, but better. But
no, Peacewood is way better. That's why we came back.
It was like with the same structure, like no thieving from other people, no violence in the city. Like they all live harmoniously.
Very true.
But they didn't need a spell to do that. It was just them.
Yeah, it was just kind of their honest and trustworthy way.
They're chill. There's a lot of lava though.
Kershape leans forward and whispers something to the Empress. And she nods, and Kershape disappears from the room. Out of respect for you, my friends, I will most certainly bring this to the council. I trust you all. You've proven that you are in fact friends to me and to the Empire. I cannot promise that the council will agree to anything, but I have the final say.
I mean, as long as you just talk to him, I think that should be fine.
That's all we're asking, is just giving a fair shot.
The raven on your shoulder, as you are having this conversation, he hops off and he flutters down to the floor in the middle of you.
Oh, fuck you.
What?
No, continue, sorry.
He looks up, and the eyes of the raven kind of shimmer for a moment in a strangely comforting shade of green. Oh, sorry.
Is it his fucking lizard? His fucking familiar?
It opens its mouth and the voice of Xerneas comes
It is
over
fucking familiar.
and says,
Fuck.
Pardon, apologies for interrupting the goings on here, my lady. But I would be Xerneas. Obviously not the bird, just the voice. I appreciate you taking the words to the council. Obviously, I can't tell you where our city is, and you can't tell us where Peacewood is. We've never found it. Full disclosure. Perhaps a neutral meeting ground. Your choice. You tell us where, we'll be there. I'll bring no more than 5 men with me, and we will be armed. Just for, you know, we have to be. It's the wilds, essentially. But I would like to put a bargaining chip that I did not tell our mutual friends here on the table. I believe you and yours have a interest in the lost city to the north, yes?
Yes.
Well, we think we may have found it. Or at least the general location. Perhaps if we could work together on a joint venture, find the lost city, you get what you want from it, we get what we want from it, and in return, a simple plot of land, which eventually may grow to be a town, but we won't fly your colors, but we will be allies. And that is where we're going to stop.
Fuck!
Oh, I want to know what he said.
So many
bad.
mysteries.
Dun 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 dun.
What's the lost city?
Oh my god. The guns.
told
Who
you.
killed?
I
Who
told
killed?
you. Well, I told you
family?
the lost
No,
city
you
wasn't
told
gone.
Oh, I
me
know.
so
Who
bad.
killed Maracas? Who kidnapped Maracas and Afleas? Oh my god, so much. It's probably the fucking panther that Aaron's always talking to. Her best friend for no reason.
Also, is this now in oh god, to this raven, raven crow? What's his deal?
It's
he a raven or a
it's the
crow?
fucking lizard. It's his fucking
I know.
familiar. Ah!
I told you you should have killed it.
Why? Wait, what? Everything's good with that.
Everything's worked out wonderfully.
Nope, should have killed it.
Oh man.
See, Shakul, you know, I could have killed it because it wasn't a crow or a raven.
Yo, I hope
Fucking
Shakul
lizard.
takes over this whole game with an army of bees.
I hope you guys had fun. I'm really excited for where we're going in this story.
I had a blast.
Sorry, I talked for like 20 minutes.
fine.
We all did. I did too.
Everybody did except for Shakul.
Yeah.
He never talks for 20 minutes.
Well, everyone else is talking, so you know. It's...
I know, but I gave you your. I put it on
No,
the. Well, to be
that's-
fair, you did. You had your moment too with you and Captain Feldra.
That's Shakul.
It was just in the beginning.
Fine,
Right.
I'm not upset about it.
Yeah. I am. I am
We didn't get
excited.
to go to the spa day.
Ah, fuck. We'll have to start. We'll have to
Didn't
start with that
spa
next
day
time.
yet.
But yeah, we'll plan on 2 weeks from today, and everybody say bye.
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 Motherfucker.